mold that we're going to do is just a simple heart mold from Chocolate World. I love these molds just because of the way you can hold them back. It makes it very easy because they have this bar right here.
Depends on the size of your hands. I have that same mold, and my hand isn't
Yes,
quite as
oh
well.
god. And I'll tell you, the first time I actually held one of these, I was so damn nervous, and I couldn't do it. Like, you'd be standing over the mold, and you're like, how do I hold it? And you like drop it in the chocolate, and this whole end would be like drenched in chocolate. You're sitting there trying to, you know, clean it off before your chef comes back. But yeah, it's definitely, once you learn how to hold it, I love this size. It's one of my favorites. Anyway, we're going to put on gloves just because cocoa butter, if you get it on your hands or on your jacket, it can be very messy and very hard to clean off. We're actually going to use our gold luster spray and just spray off to the side just to test it. Here's spray back.
Alcohol based?
Huh?
Alcohol based?
Let's see.
It must be.
Yes, alcohol based. You can see through it on the other side. Now we're going to take a brush and some cocoa butter. When you do this technique, I wouldn't really worry about the temperature just because when you move the brush around, you're creating crystals. So you just want to take a little bit, brush it off on the side of your bowl, take your right hand, and just flick. This will give a splattered effect inside your mold. And depending on how heavy you want the splatter to be, you just keep on doing it until you're happy. And I think I'm happy. You never know to the end, right? The easiest way to get off the cocoa butter from the other side of your mold is to take some paper towels, hold it, lie it down, take your mold, lay it flat, and then push away from you. This will leave the surface clean so that when you go to cast your mold and cap it, cocoa butter won't go back into your tempered chocolate. A whole bunch of gunk in there. I don't like it. So this mold is actually done. See it on the other side. Wait till I cast it. This one is actually going to be a little bit different. We're going to use airbrushing for this. Now, this compressor you can get at any local tool, hardware store, maybe around like $60, $80 for just a little one. And the colors I'm using are gold, white, and some orange. Now for this, when spraying, you want it to be around like 95 degrees. The reason being is that if it's too hot, it actually will like give a sad melted away look once you spray. The cocoa butter will kind of like sink down, unless that's your desired look.
So what temperature do you want?
You want about like 95. Once it sprays through the airbrush, it's going to cool to about 84, 86, and that's where you want your cocoa butter to be.
It turns out that a nice way to melt your cocoa butters and keep them at temp is to use a dehydrator. Because a lot of the dehydrators are available, you actually have a thermometer dial on them. So you can set it to the temp you want and just leave them in there